As soon as John's female buddy came, she took his cup to drink and put on his coat, then pretended to say, "Emily won't mind. Right. John and I are just like siblings. We don't stand on ceremony." Well, who doesn't have a few green tea friends? I took out my phone. And soon Michael showed up. As soon as he came in, he threw himself at me. "Emily, I'm so sad. I just broke up with my girlfriend." He used my cup, peeled shrimps for me, and finally asked me to send him home. John grabbed my hand. "It's my birthday today. What are you up to?" I shook off his hand. "Don't you have any sympathy? He's so sad. What's wrong with me comforting him?" As soon as Lily came in, she chose the seat next to John, picked up the wine glass on the table and took a sip. After that, she pretended to be embarrassed. Put down the glass and punched John. "Why did you put the glass so close?" "I picked it up by mistake." "It's all your fault." Well, what a clumsy act. She really deserves this year's Golden Raspberry Award. John's cup was right in front of him. She had to stretch her hand to get it. If she could call this an accident, she must be a bit crazy. John didn't seem to care and joked. "What? Is it still my fault? Then this cup is for you. I'll get another one." She pouted. "We used to share a cup to drink water. I never saw you minding." Well, having a girlfriend really makes a difference. You're getting distant from your buddy. As soon as Lily finished speaking, everyone at the table looked at me. It was John's birthday today, and all the people here were his friends. Compared to me, his girlfriend, they obviously sided with Lily. John took my hand. "Don't worry. Emily isn't that petty." I pulled my hand back. My good mood just now was gone. How could I not mind? "I'm just that petty." I'd like to see what more drama is going to unfold. The boiled shrimps were served. John skillfully rolled up his sleeves and peeled shrimps for me. When we first got together, I accidentally pricked my finger while peeling a shrimp. He looked it up on his phone and found out that there was a risk of infection. So he immediately took me to the hospital, even though the doctor said it was nothing serious. He's been peeling shrimps for me ever since. Lily saw this and said in a sarcastic tone, "I've known you for so long, but I've never seen you peel shrimps for me. Emily is really lucky. She doesn't even have to peel her own shrimps." John smiled. "It's different. Emily is my girlfriend. Isn't it natural for me to peel shrimps for her? When you have a boyfriend, you can ask him to do it too." She immediately replied, "I'd feel sorry for him. I'd rather not eat than let him work hard." John put the peeled shrimp in my bowl. "Well, you haven't even got a boyfriend yet, and you're already feeling sorry for him." Lily proudly raised her chin and casually threw the peeled shrimp into his bowl. "That's right. It's a reward for you. Let you try it on behalf of my future boyfriend." John wasn't polite either and directly picked up the shrimp and ate it. I expressionlessly picked up the shrimp in my bowl and put it aside. Before it could get quiet for a few minutes, Lily started causing trouble again. She pretended to shiver as if she was cold. "It's so cold. John, can I borrow your coat?" She was wearing a short skirt and rubbing her arms, looking so pitiful. "But lady, please consider the environment. It's 30-degree air-conditioned here. If you feel cold, you should go live in the desert." John didn't hesitate to hand over his coat and said unkindly, "Who told you to care more about your looks than the temperature? You went out wearing so little. Serves you right. Humph. You're so smart." Lily looked at me. "Emily, you should discipline your boyfriend." I sneered at John. "Isn't this the coat I gave you?" Lily looked like she had done something wrong. "Sorry, I didn't know." But even though she said so, she didn't take off the coat. "It's not too late to know now." Lily looked at John, with a helpless look in her eyes. She looked so pitiful. John smiled apologetically. "It's just a piece of clothing. She's cold. Let her wear it first." "Emily, I know you won't be angry, right?" From an angle where John couldn't see, Lily gave me a challenging smile. "All right." I got it. Was definitely doing this on purpose. The private room reeked of something phony, and I couldn't stand the smell. So I stepped outside for fresh air. On the balcony, I gazed at the night view, realizing I needed to reconsider my relationship with John. On my way back, I ran into Lily, wearing that jacket. Shed her earlier fragility and now looked downright smug. John and I grew up together. You're just a third wheel, interfering in our relationship. Her logic stunned me. If you've known each other that long, why aren't you together? Couldn't he bear to commit? That single remark sent Lily into a frenzy. You know nothing, she shrieked, shoving past me before storming off. I watched her retreating figure coldly. Such a cheap trick. John couldn't possibly be blind to it. He just enjoyed the thrill of being chased. He really thought he was hot stuff. Huh? Like everyone's supposed to adore him like he's dollar bills. Well, Emily Smith, wasn't born to swallow insults. Just a man. If she wanted him, she could have him. But if they insisted on flaunting it in my face, then they'd asked for trouble. Fake sweetness. Please. Who didn't have that in their arsenal? I dialed a certain male drama queen. I've got a situation here. Emergency backup needed. Timing Michael's arrival perfectly, I returned to the private room. The atmosphere shifted the moment I entered. Lily jumped up in panic at the sight of me, thrusting the jacket forward. I'm sorry, sis. Hey, race your jacket back. I won't ever wear John's clothes again. Looking closer, her shirt underneath was soaked, her bra visible through the fabric. I raised an eyebrow. How pathetically obvious. John frowned. You're shivering, keep it on. But she shot me a timid glance. Eyes red-rimmed, expertly playing the damsel in distress. Predictably, the guys at the table glared at me accusingly. It's fine. This is mine, John insisted, draping the jacket over her shoulders. Then he turned to me. Emily, you should have talked it out instead of throwing water at her. She's a girl too. Apologize. Was he brain dead? A cold laugh escaped me. Enlightened Mui, would I randomly drench her? His disapproval deepened. As if I were being unreasonable. One of their friends snorted. Just jealous. Lily's close to John. We all know how you girls operate. Lily's voice quivered with faux hurt. Don't misunderstand, sis. John and I are just like siblings. Oh, which part of siblings applies to you? Having gender identity issues. Her pitch rose defensively. Men and women can be platonic friends. Classic deflection. Just then, the door burst open. A guy rushed in, flung himself into my arms, and started boohooing. Emily, she dumped me. Wah. Comfort me, I'm falling apart. He wrapped his arms around my waist, burying his face in my neck, sobbing dramatically. A few actual tears would have sold it better. John shot up, his chair scraping loudly against the floor. Get your hands off her. Michael flinched but clung tighter, peering up at me with wounded puppy eyes. Emily, he yelled at me. It hurts. Michael Davis looked fair-skinned, with slightly reddened eyes, making him appear truly pitiable. Wow, his acting skills were impeccable. Just a friend. John Wilson grew even angrier, completely forgetting about seeking justice for Lily Brown. What do you mean? I'm your boy. Can you stop making a scene? I directly cut him off, asking the waiter to add a seat next to me for Michael Davis. John Wilson confronted me. You have a boyfriend, can't you be more discreet? Why is he hugging you? I glanced at him. Can't you see he just went through a breakup? Keep your voice down. Don't scare him. Why are you so petty? I was just comforting him. Can't you be more generous? John Wilson was left speechless, his face flushing red. After holding back for a while, he finally asked, what exactly is your relationship? Sisters. Lily Brown interjected. But he's a guy, how can you be so intimate? Got a problem? I rolled my eyes at her. Can't men and women have pure friendships? Wasn't that her favorite line? I threw it right back at her. John Wilson said resentfully. You can't be this close in the future. I replied dismissively. Oh, Michael suddenly exclaimed. Oops. I quickly looked at him. What's wrong? I accidentally used your cup. Sis, you won't be mad, right? He set the cup down. I was so thirsty, I didn't notice in my haste. He looked pitiful. Like a little puppy. Silly. I smiled affectionately, ruffling his hair. So soft, even more like a puppy now. We're sisters. What's wrong with you taking a sip? Do you dislike me? He blushed, saying shyly. I was afraid you'd dislike me. We grew up together. We used to share a cup all the time. Do we have to avoid each other now that we're adults? John Wilson grabbed my other hand with such force you could see the anger burning inside him. I pulled my hand back. What are you doing? John Wilson snorted, pushed away the cup in front of me, replaced it with a new one, and whispered in my ear, Emily, stop messing around. Let's talk later. Eat now. Michael picked up my previous cup and took a sip, looking at me innocently. Emily, is your friend angry? John Wilson glared at him furiously. I sneered inwardly. Getting angry now? Weren't you happy earlier? The shoe was on the other foot. I didn't mind rubbing salt in the wound. I pretended not to notice and comforted Michael. How could he? He's not that petty. Michael whispered loud enough for everyone at the table to hear. That's good. I was afraid people would think I'm being manipulative. Lily Brown's face turned green. An awkward atmosphere spread across the table. Only Michael seemed oblivious. In public. He peeled a shrimp and placed it in my bowl. Regretfully, he said, my ex always made me peel shrimp for her, but now she doesn't want me anymore. I covered my mouth and laughed. Then I'm benefiting from her. Getting to eat shrimp you peeled yourself. I picked up the shrimp in my bowl and ate it. Is it delicious? Yes, delicious. John Wilson's face grew even darker. Lily Brown couldn't hold back and spoke up for him. Emily Smith. How could you be so intimate with another guy right in front of your boyfriend? What intimacy? Right in my face. You were flirting with John and even peeling shrimp for him. Why didn't you say anything then? Besides, I care about my boyfriend, and it's good to have someone help share the burden. He should be happy. Lily was left speechless. Michael Davis tugged at my sleeve and said pitifully, Emily, did I come at a bad time? Of course not. It is a bad time. My voice and John's rang out simultaneously. Then I'll leave and not disturb you. As soon as Michael finished speaking, I saw John visibly relax. But things weren't that simple. After standing up, he whined to me, Emily, I just went through a breakup. I'm heartbroken, and it's dark out. I'm scared. I stood up immediately. John grabbed me. You're my girlfriend. And it's my birthday today. Are you really leaving like this? John, the first snapped, shaking off his hand. With all your friends. Do you really need me? He just broke up and is hurting. Have some sympathy. After saying that, I took Michael and left. John tried to chase after us but was pulled back by Lily as soon as he stood. It's so late. Are you really okay with me going back alone? John stopped, hesitated for a moment, and sat back down. I let out a cold laugh and shut the door. On the way back, Michael looked at me and said, Emily, can you give me that guy's contact? What for? He smiled faintly. To deliver the final blow and show off. I read in novels that schemers always do this. My gloomy mood vanished instantly. You really go all out with the act, don't you? I sent him John's contact. Unexpectedly, John accepted the friend request quickly. Michael eagerly composed a message. After sending it, he looked at me with anticipation and hesitation in his eyes. Emily, are you really breaking up with him? Yes. Thinking about everything that happened in the private room earlier. John was already dead to me. Michael visibly brightened up, his whole demeanor lighting up. I stared at him curiously. Why was he so happy about my breakup? He looked at me expectantly. Can we take a photo with our fingers intertwined? I was a bit curious about what he'd do next and naturally held out my hand. He placed his hand over mine, slowly interlacing our fingers, and finally took a picture. When we let go, my palm was damp. He used that photo to create a social media post visible only to John, with the caption, so good. I'll always be your first choice. I couldn't help but give a thumbs up. Impressive. As if he'd been marinated in scheming. No wonder close friends said he resembled the manipulative female character from dramas, always pitifully saying, You should go comfort your girlfriend, she seems upset. But I'm fine. The image in my mind made me chuckle. The next second, my phone buzzed with a notification, a barrage of 60-second voice messages from John. John's friends were confidently analyzing things. That Emily Smith is doing it on purpose. Trying to find someone to make you angry. If you back down, you'll have a hard time later. It's clearly Emily being petty. Unable to stand that you and Lily Brown get along well. She doesn't think about how long you've known each other. If there was really something, it wouldn't be her turn. John Wilson said seriously. Emily really splashed water on you. Lily's voice was filled with hurt. Really, John? We've known each other for so many years. Don't you believe me? I made a mistake too. And I won't blame Emily. A voice suddenly cut in. Kids from single-parent families often lack love. So that Emily is like this. Only you, John, can put up with it. Hearing this, I clenched my fists, anger surging through me. How dare John share my family matters with them, letting them treat me as a topic of discussion. Lily stopped him. Lazy. You can't talk about others like that. That guy Lazy only got more worked up. Lily, you think everyone is as kind as you. That Emily is ungrateful. Not caring about the timing, pulling this stunt right on John's birthday. It's totally intentional, John said. Even though Emily is my girlfriend. What she did today was really out of line. I'll wait for her to realize her mistake. Ha! I never saw it before. But this John is such an overconfident guy. Wait for me. I'll dump him and see if he can stay so cocky. I met John Wilson on the field. It was a ridiculously cliché scene. I got hit by his basketball. When he came to help me up, he tripped over my foot. In the end, I stood up on my own while he was still sitting. We both laughed at the same time. John rubbed his forehead with a wry smile. First time I've been tripped by a girl. I rubbed my own forehead. First time I've been hit by a guy's ball. Laughter smoothed over the awkwardness. Unexpectedly. The next day in lecture, while scrambling for the last few rows of seats, I stepped on someone without realizing it. Only when he tapped me and said, "Classmate, could you move your foot?" Did I notice? My face instantly flushed, and I quickly apologized. Not expecting it to be him, John joked. First time I've made a girl blush with one sentence, cost me a lot. After class, he asked for my WeChat. Later, he invited me to attend lectures together. He even coached me in PE class, and with his help, I surprisingly got an excellent grade for the first time. He often came to the lab to see me, never empty-handed, bringing milk tea, cakes, or snacks in rotation. One day, a senior labmate asked how long we'd been together. I hurriedly explained we were just friends. Then John showed up. He shrugged. We really are just friends for now. But I'm pursuing her, and she doesn't seem to notice at all. Amid the teasing from everyone around, we officially started dating. Yesterday was my first birthday with him, and I never expected to run into a manipulative woman. John's attitude disappointed me. Saying I'm not upset would be a lie. It's just heartbreak. Spend a few extra days in the lab, and there won't be time to feel sad. I holed up in the lab for 3 days when Michael Davis called, asking me to return the favor. Can you come with me to the graduation prom? He'd helped me before, so I owed him one. As agreed, I arrived at his school gate. Young, vibrant students in beautiful evening gowns radiated joy. I scanned the crowd for Michael, when suddenly someone tapped my shoulder. Turning around, Michael stood there in a black satin suit, his bangs swept back, toning down his youthful vibe to reveal a hint of maturity. A flash of surprise crossed his eyes, and he rubbed his nose awkwardly, smiling at me. Emily Smith, you came. I tugged at my gown. I hadn't worn anything so formal in a long time, and it felt a bit awkward. Let's go. Michael Davis took my arm and pressed close to me. This was the complete opposite of how the other couples around us were positioned, but neither of us minded. After all, he had always been clingy since childhood, and everyone used to say he was my childhood betrothed. I'm 2 years older than Michael Davis. I was raised solely by my mom, who is sharp, capable, and fiercely outspoken. I inherited that fiery spirit completely. As a kid, I was the leader of the neighborhood children. No one dared to cross me. When Michael Davis first moved here, he was skinny, small, and quiet, so the bullies loved picking on him. My sense of justice surged, and I couldn't stand it, so I chased them off a few times. After that, he latched onto me, following me everywhere every day. I was happy to have a little sidekick, dragging him along on all my adventures. Even as we grew older, he still stuck to me like glue. Friends joked that he was a manipulative little schemer. And only I believed in him. I didn't see a problem with it. Back in childhood, I promised to protect him, and I wasn't about to break that promise. I trusted that Michael would never harm me. The dance was held in the grand hall. As soon as I entered, my eyes locked onto the exquisite pastries on the table. Michael trailed behind me. Whatever caught my eye, he fetched for me. At one point, his friends came over to greet us. When they asked about our relationship, he mumbled vaguely, "Friends." I was completely absorbed in the food, nodding and smiling throughout. Seeing their youthful, innocent faces, I couldn't help but reflect that youth was truly fleeting now. I didn't even have a chance to get acne anymore. After drinking too much, I told him to wait there for me. "Okay, I'll be right here when you get back," Michael replied, holding my jacket as he sat in the lounge area, watching me leave like a parent waiting for a child. On my way back from the restroom, I ran into a girl. I vaguely remembered her. She was Michael's classmate, and we'd met a couple of times before. She stared at me curiously, as if I were some rare animal. I touched my face. Had I gotten prettier lately? She hesitated, then finally blurted out, "Emily, how long have you and Michael been dating?" "Huh? Dating? You've got it wrong. We're just friends." "What?" Her eyes widened in surprise. "But you two look exactly like a couple." "Emily, just between us, how long have you known each other?" "Over a decade." Her face lit up instantly. "Childhood sweethearts. That's so romantic. You guys have to be happy together." I felt exasperated. What on earth were kids these days thinking? Back in the hall, Michael stood up the moment he saw me. Something clicked in my mind. His earlier answers had been so vague. Could he have introduced me as his girlfriend? I froze, completely unsure how to face him. The dance music started, and Michael nudged me. "Time to dance." My dancing skills were pretty basic. I was the type to take 2 steps and step on my partner's foot once. To my surprise, Michael was an excellent dancer. I was taken aback. "When did you learn to dance?" "From videos. I always wanted to ask you for a dance at prom, so I practiced really hard." He lowered his gaze, looking at me with intense focus, even as slow as I was to pick up on things. I realized Michael Davis had feelings beyond friendship, but I'd always seen him as a younger brother. Ugh, was I the manipulative one here? I pondered this the whole way back, lost in my tangled emotions. I hurried to my dorm, completely oblivious to Michael's longing stare beside me. For the next while, I buried myself in the lab. I had no idea how to handle this situation, so avoidance was my only tactic. Until one day, Michael called me, his voice brimming with unrestrained excitement. "Emily, I got into the same university as you. Let's grab dinner tomorrow to celebrate." Okay, tomorrow was my birthday. Terrible timing. This felt like a dangerous situation. Before I could refuse, he added, "My parents are away on business. It's just me at home. Besides you, I have no one else to share this joy with. If you're too busy, it's totally fine. I'll wait. Whenever you're free, I'll come find you. I promise I won't bother you." Tears streamed down my face. That little rascal knew exactly how to get to me. "I'm free tomorrow." "Awesome." He cheered. Michael said he'd pick me up tomorrow. A month had passed since we last saw each other, and I felt a flutter of nervousness. My mind raced until midnight. As the clock struck 12, my phone chimed incessantly with birthday wishes. I replied to each message with thanks. Finally, 2 remained. One was from Michael. Happy birthday, Emily. I was definitely the first to wish you. Right. Yeah. It was you. He sent back a happy emoji. Knew it. I'm always first every year. Good night. See you in the morning. The other was from John Wilson. Still holding a grudge after all this time. Since it's your birthday, I'll be the bigger person and let it go. Happy birthday. My eyes nearly rolled out of my head. A decent ex should be dead to you. What was he doing? Seeking attention. Whether I'm angry or not is none of your business. Ex-boyfriend. I immediately blocked and deleted him. When the time came, I got ready to head out. Michael messaged that he was already outside and wouldn't come up. We'd meet at a nearby hot pot place. I replied okay. As I was about to close the app, a friend request popped up. Dare to accept. Such audacity. I had to see who this troublemaker was. The moment I accepted, a photo flooded in. John and Lily Brown lying on a hotel bed, covered in suggestive marks. It vanished instantly. Oops. Wrong person. So sorry. How familiar. I replied coldly. If you enjoy collecting other people's trash so much, you can have him. Consider it a gift. Honestly, you two deserve each other. Truly two peas in a pod. These people are such idiots. Suddenly, I heard someone calling my name outside. And I immediately felt something was wrong. I peeked out and saw John Wilson holding flowers, strumming a guitar, and singing a birthday song. He looked up and saw me, smiled at me. Emily Smith. Happy birthday. Let's end this Cold War. I miss you so much. I felt dizzy for a moment. Oh my God. This is going to be an embarrassing memory for life. John is naturally someone who loves to show off. In the past, I would have found this romantic. Now, I just want to call the police to prevent the situation from getting worse. I rushed downstairs and pulled him to a less crowded place. I was so furious I could barely breathe, and I wanted to wring his neck. When we got to a less crowded spot, I quickly shook off his hand. What are you doing here? John didn't think he had done anything wrong. He looked at me innocently. To celebrate your birthday. We've been in this Cold War for so long. I'm here to ask for forgiveness. Don't be upset. Smile a little. I laughed angrily. It's been a month, and you think I'm just throwing a tantrum. Isn't it? I don't even care about you finding some boy to piss me off. Let's make up. I should thank you for your generosity. How can someone be so shameless? I was so angry that my thoughts became clearer. Why do you think I found someone to piss you off? How would I know what's on your mind? Really don't know. I looked at him coldly, as if he were a stranger. Stop pretending. John, you know very well that Lily Brown's behavior was overstepping that day. You're pretending to be deaf and dumb just to enjoy the thrill of being chased. Why should I satisfy your vanity? Look at yourself though, you even deserve it. All that talk about guys being clueless about manipulative women is bullshit. Clearly, they're enjoying it. If an adult doesn't know the boundaries with friends of the opposite sex, what's the difference from a 3-year-old child? Since he didn't see anything wrong with it. Why was he so angry when Michael Davis reenacted these things? He still refused to give up and kept playing dumb. Emily, I don't know what you're talking about. Lily and I are just friends. Nothing more. If you don't like it, I'll keep my distance from her from now on. Are you satisfied? I said sarcastically. Just friends. Just friends can end up rolling around together. How could you? John suddenly stopped himself. We were drunk. That's hilarious. Alcohol really got screwed over, taking the fall for you. If you were drunk, why didn't you lie down at the police station entrance overnight? Instead, you went to a hotel and got a room, rolling around together. You were so clearly drunk. Emily, don't be like this. It was just an accident. I only like you. John seemed to be getting angry and embarrassed. Raising his voice, he pinned me against the wall and leaned in close. At that critical moment, Michael pulled him away. I kicked him in the crotch. John cried out in pain and let go of me. I looked down at him. Don't even look at yourself, what do you weigh? Trying to force romance. Even though I'm from a single-parent family, My mother raised me well. Unlike some people who only do dirty things behind others' backs. Weren't you pretending to be deaf? Well, I officially notify you know you're dumped. Let's go. I pulled Michael away, leaving John clutching his crotch, kneeling in pain. Emily, you'll regret this. Michael obediently let me lead him. It wasn't until we got in the car that I realized I hadn't let go, and I quickly pulled away. He sat beside me, his face flushed. The hot pot restaurant was steaming hot. Michael Davis' flushed face was hidden in the mist, unsure if it was from the steam. Throughout the meal, he kept serving me dishes. I ate until I was sweating profusely, and for once, I felt a twinge of guilt. You should eat too. Don't just focus on me, I said. Only then did he scoop some food from the pot to eat. After dinner, it was already dark. Curfew time was approaching, so I hurried back. At the dorm building entrance, Michael called out to me, Emily Smith, are we dating? His voice was soft, almost carried away by the wind, but I caught it sharply, not wanting him to misunderstand. I rejected him firmly. No, I don't know why you like me, I added. Was it romantic affection between a man and a woman? Or had long-term dependence turned into habit? The dorm supervisor was urging me, so I turned and went upstairs. After I finished washing up, Michael had already sent several messages. I like you because you are Emily Smith. You're brave, decisive, and kind. You were the first person to play with me and have always protected me. You always help people in need. Like when I failed an exam as a kid, and you secretly signed my name for me. Over time, I was drawn to you and unconsciously started following your lead. In my heart, you always shine brightly. You're an amazing person, and I'm honored to like you. Though just a few lines. I stared at them for a long time, feeling an indescribable ache in my heart, not knowing how to respond. I simply typed, thank you. He seemed a bit down with typing, showing constantly, but the message didn't come through. Finally, he said, Emily, happy birthday. May every year of your life be spent chasing your passions free, joyful, and true to yourself. Looking at the words Emily, I realized that at some point, Michael had stopped calling me sister. I hadn't heard it in ages. He slowly started only calling me Emily. I didn't know when our sibling bond had changed. Lying in bed scrolling through videos, I stumbled upon one from the prom. It was long. I saw Michael and me. Only then did I realize that from the moment we entered, his gaze was almost fixed on me. When I stepped on his foot while dancing, he smiled. When I missed a beat, he smiled. He was always smiling, his eyes brimming with joy. Someone in the comments section had posted a screenshot. It was right after the dance ended. I looked up at him, and we shared a smile. I thought it was just childhood friend chemistry. I never imagined his eyes had never left me. OMG. This couple is so sweet. They look like a perfect match. I heard they're childhood friends. They're so adorable. The guy has the girl's old books. Often flips through them, treasures them, and no one else touches them. My heart raced, and for some reason, I saved that photo. As I scrolled down further, a familiar face suddenly appeared, startling me so much I almost dropped my phone. I had no idea Lily Brown was a small-time influencer. She often posts suggestive videos, with a bio that says, "This is for my wife to see. Disgusting men stay away. It's hard to judge." In September, college started. I and Michael Davis officially became senior and junior students. During military training, he became a regular on the confession wall because of his good looks. Students who got rejected left comments. Stop dreaming. The junior is taken. Wah. My unrequited crush ended before it even began. Got a friend zone card today. Someone even started a thread on the school forum, updating the daily count of confessions he rejected. One day, a comment appeared. The person the junior likes has shown up. Attached was a photo of me giving Michael water, with him smiling as he wiped sweat from my forehead. Because of him, I became famous on the forum too, until one day, an anonymous user commented, Isn't this senior dating some senior from the computer science department? That stirred up a storm. The anonymous user opened another post, writing a long rant as a self-proclaimed justice warrior, exaggerating my history with John Wilson and accusing Michael of being a homewrecker who interfered in my relationship with John. Michael instantly went from aloof junior to homewrecker side piece. Crowds shouted that their illusion shattered. That evening, when I came out of the lab, Michael was waiting downstairs. He stood out. I faintly heard passers-by pointing at him and saying, "That's the homewrecker guy." Michael's eyes were red, looking pitiful. I felt for him, took him to a nearby pavilion, and felt guilty he got blamed because of me. "Are you okay? Don't worry. I'll clear things up for you." Michael lowered his head, choking up. This is the first time I've been insulted like this. My heart ached, unsure how to comfort him. His shoulders trembled, warm tears falling on my hand. "I'm not officially recognized." My heart felt scalded. I didn't want him sad. "Stop crying. Will you be my boyfriend?" He jerked his head up, tears in his eyes like a wronged rabbit. "Are you saying this out of pity?" His needy, clingy personality, who else could handle it but me? I didn't know why I kept overthinking. So what if I'm 2 years older? So what if it's an age gap relationship? If I like him, I like him. No excuses needed. I cupped his face and kissed him. He froze, forgetting to breathe. Looking at his dazed expression, I said, "No, I just like you." His lips curled up uncontrollably. His eyes lit up instantly. And he rested his head on my neck. "Now I'm your official boyfriend. Emily, you better set the record straight." I was speechless. Was that the point? Now I had to deal with the anonymous poster online. Such a childish stunt. It was obvious who did it. Online fighting was pointless. I directly took the intimate photos Lily Brown kindly provided and screenshots of that post. Then drafted an email. Lily never expected I'd saved the screenshots. That's what they call keeping a backup plan. I reported John Wilson for his chaotic personal life and maliciously spreading rumors about others. Soon, I received a reply to the email. And the report was successful. John's graduate school recommendation was revoked. That post was also deleted. Just when I thought the matter was over, the real drama was yet to come. Their friend named Lazy, who had previously insulted me for coming from a single-parent family, was caught by his girlfriend in bed with Lily Brown. This kind of dramatic real-life soap opera is always a favorite among netizens. And it quickly spread. They became celebrities. John's name echoed throughout our school. And the rumor about Michael Davis being the other man was debunked. Lily's account was flooded with criticism, and soon she was banned. What was even more absurd was that John and Lazy were still fighting over this. They had thought they were Lily's only one. But it turned out Lily just liked the feeling of being treated specially. Lazy even rushed into the classroom and beat John up. This incident quickly spread around the school. John, probably feeling too ashamed to stay, applied for a leave of absence. Before leaving, he asked if we could meet. I replied with one word: get lost. Over the weekend, I had dinner with Michael. He suddenly started talking to me about celebrity gossip. "Did you hear that a certain female celebrity was photographed holding hands with her non-celebrity boyfriend? And now she's finally admitting they're dating." "Oh, why are you suddenly interested in this?" He answered off topic. "But they've been together for 5 years. And only now are they admitting their relationship." That is indeed a long time. We've only been together for 2 months. Right. So we'll have 5 years too. And a second. A third. Many more 5 years. Right. I sensed something was off, looked up at him, and met his pitiful, puppy dog eyes. Suddenly, I understood. "You want to make it official on social media?" He nodded. "Come here. Let's take a photo together." I helplessly pulled him closer. He pressed against me, and as the shutter clicked, he kissed my cheek. The photo was taken. He was a bit shy and asked if we should take another one. I didn't want to expose his little thoughts. "This one is fine." I added a caption. "This is the male lead in my story. He was the first to like it." My high school classmate commented. I told you that scheming girl definitely has feelings for you. And you didn't believe me. I looked at Michael, who was over the moon. Now I believe it.